Welcome back to the Chicken the Duck podcast with myself, Rye, and my brother Micah, where we talk about anything and everything regarding pop culture, but mostly movies. Today we got some good stuff for you, some pop culture things, some trailers. We got obviously if anybody's on the news or has social media, you know about the submarines. We'll talk about that. Top five fun movie tag segment, lots of which we've been watching, and then Pixar's Elemental we'll review at the end. So, Micah, how are you doing on this fine June 21st?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Um, yeah. I I don't know. Honestly, the past week, I don't know what the most interesting thing I did was.
Have you not been doing much?
I mean, not really. I guess I've been creating some graphics. Um, like I've been creating some stuff
Mm.
to have to post on Instagram. So I'm like making things and holding on to them so that I can have like a set amount of things that I could just post
Mm.
to stay ahead of it so that
What
I can
What's an
post
example?
things. Um, Let me remember. Right now, I'm making one just based off of a lyric of a song.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Country song.
it is a country song.
That should be.
Um, Another one. I made one based on our a
Oh,
uh, a Bible verse.
oh, nice.
Um, that was because our pastors, like we're going through Revelation right now,
That's sick.
and so is one of the verses that he shared, but it's only like a part of it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I made that, and then I guess the third one I made is it's like a joke one.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yep. So that's cool. And then yeah, Sunday, I guess,
Father's Day.
uh, Father's Day. So we just, I don't know, we were all really tired for whatever reason. Like
Yeah.
mom took a nap. I felt like passing out starting at like 2 o'clock. Good fruit fly, bro. You know that if you pour boiling water down your sink, it like is supposed to get rid of them.
Really?
Yeah, because chemicals apparently don't kill them. They like sit in like the muggy uh, bottom of the pipe or whatever.
Mm.
Um, where it goes down and then it sinks and comes back up. Um, and so if you pour boiling water down there, it'll kill them or whatever. And mom did it, and they went away for quite a while.
Oh wow,
So I
that's
think
crazy.
she just needs to do it again. But I think I got it. Uh, but yeah, so Father's Day we were all tired,
Yeah.
and um, I mean, we gave him obviously he opened your present,
Yeah.
which was really cool. You can talk about that. Elijah gave him a drawing,
Mm.
Vikings helmet logo, and Justin Jefferson,
Nice. That's
all
sick.
this different stuff. And I thought about it was really last minute though when you told me, but I thought about taking his drawing and then making it into a graphic,
That'd be sick.
but not like the actual drawing. Like
Yeah.
so, his thing was like the Vikings logo, and then it had a Vikings football that was like purple, a normal football, and a picture of Justin Jefferson that he drew, and it said like skull. And I was gonna take the elements in those places and then like actually get a picture of Justin Jefferson,
Uh.
Vikings logo, that kind of
Yeah.
thing, and make it like a real poster. But
Uh huh.
I ended up not doing it because the present that I got him with mom is we're getting him a new baseball glove.
Dad.
Yeah, because his is
Old.
shot. He's using
Old.
Elijah's glove from last year
Oh jeez.
because
Because
he said he likes it better. I'm like, I don't know how you use that. I can't fit my hand into it.
I remember his old one that he used to use with us, and it was like it was old
It was
12,
old a while ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah, but now it's like got the top so the web part of the glove or whatever, like right here between
Mm-hmm.
your hand and your thumb, the top one, because there's like three horizontal. The top one's ripped.
Oh.
So you like can't catch from the top of the web or whatever.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. So you're getting them new.
And it probably wasn't that expensive a glove to start with. So he's getting one that's like, I mean, between like 150 and like 200
Oh, how much are
and
you giving?
250 or something like that. Like I said, I'd give him like $50.
Yeah.
Because why not? Because it was a good present. I was like, it's like he really actually really needs this. So this is
Right.
like one of the only times that I've been like, wow, this is like actually a good present
Right.
idea. Um,
Yeah.
and so I was like, yeah, I'll give you like $50. Um, but highlight of Father's Day though
Hmm.
is after so our church or whatever they grill meat for Father's Day and stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
The dads and everything because obviously.
Right.
Um, but they had alligator sausage, which was so fire.
Really? I've never had
Oh
alligator.
my gosh, it was so good.
That's crazy.
And you want to know the craziest part is I told Maddie, right? I'm like alligator sausage is so or I was like alligator's so good. And she was like, you're so disgusting, blah blah blah. She thought it was the most disgusting thing ever. I was like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Um, but then she like 20 minutes later she told Nick and
Uh-huh.
Nick apparently had a dream that night about eating alligator
Oh,
randomly.
that's so weird.
That he was eating alligator and he's never
That's
had it, I don't think.
that's so funny. What the heck?
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. But I guess one thing from last week I forgot to talk about it, but it was also related to church. But at church when he was giving his message or whatever,
Yeah.
um, about what was it about? Tribulation, I think.
Hmm.
Think about tribulation. Uh in regards to revelations or whatever.
Right.
But uh this some random dude came up like at the end of the sermon in the sat in the front row and like was over participating and like looking at the screens and stuff. And then he walked on stage
Oh,
and was like, I just want to shake your hand. And all it was extremely uncomfortable.
yeah.
And our pastor, or whatever, he's our secondary pastor.
Yeah.
He's the lead pastor's brother.
Uh-huh.
Um, but he was like super uncomfortable because he was like trying to signal to security,
Right.
all these different people to like get him off the stage and not and yeah, extremely uncomfortable. But then he addressed it the next week or whatever, and they had people standing like at the stairs and stuff now, the security people. And the
Right.
people that got him off the stage weren't even security, so I don't even know where our security was at the time.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was just random
That's
members
crazy.
of our like church staff that
Right.
walked up and took him off.
Right.
But yeah, so apparently it was actually a big deal because they had like a whole meeting about security and all this different stuff.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty crazy.
it is pretty crazy. There's the lead pastor at my church now. He's told me a story about like 5, 6 years ago, something like that. There was a guy they had coming regularly that was like had some mental issues, and on stage he was preaching. Jim was preaching, and this guy starts walking up on stage and is like trying to take the microphone and like freaking out, and like they had to have like three dads just had to get up and just get him and pull him out because
Yeah, wow.
it's just yeah, things like that are crazy.
It is crazy. But then he like was talking, he gave a whole announcement thing about changes. They made changes in security and like
Mm.
talked about because he was talking about right now he's talking about like hard hitting things, uncomfortable things or whatever. He's talking about revelations in the end times.
Right, of course.
And so yeah,
That's
pretty
crazy.
crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
But
Nice.
yeah.
That's cool. Any more job stuff or
Yeah, I mean I got like the one in St. George that I emailed and I was like, got any jobs kind of deal.
yeah.
Like it's like a corporate business. It's basically it's called Busy and it's like a construction um hour and equipment management system thing. So it's like an app that like construction workers download, and then when they get to job sites, they get like notifications to clock in.
Oh, okay.
And it shows like what job they're working on for a certain amount of time. It'll show like who was operating certain machinery last, how long it's been operated,
Mm,
all that kind of different stuff. And so they have like, like marketing jobs and uh, other
gotcha.
analyst kind of positions or whatever, but no like direct design positions. So I was like, just let me know or whatever, and if you want to talk more. And then chick emailed me back and said wanting to set up a meeting,
Oh, nice. That's cool.
talk more. So
Nice.
yeah, that, and then still just waiting for this
Oh,
other job that I already got basically. Still
right.
just waiting to do it.
That's funny.
So
Nice. Sounds like
boring.
boy. Yeah. Me. It was a good week. Let's see. We did a car wash on Saturday to raise money for summer camp, which was fun. It was like 3 hours of the day. It was a good time.
That's cool.
Um, Friday I watched a bunch of movies. Which we'll talk about later. But I like went into Portland at this like old theater to see Past Lives because it's the only theater it was playing at. Which was nice. Um, Father's Day was fine. We had church service. We got pepperoni sticks from Butcher Boys. Because that's the best. Gave those
Oh yeah.
to pretty much everybody. Let's see. And then we went to Jenna's parents and we played games and bro, what?
What?
Some guy's just laying on his horn out there.
Uh
um yeah, we just went there, played games, had food. We did like lunch stuff, and then Jenna and I got dinner with Grandpa Rob and Linda at Red Robin because they're in town.
oh yeah.
So that
Nice.
was fun. That was a good time. Monday, I hung out with Ben Ritter because we hang out every Monday. Had coffee. Um, I'll tell you more about it. Not when we're recording an episode, but Michael Hearn. This is public knowledge. Michael Hearn was fired from Summit View. Um,
Well, he was asked to resign, wasn't he?
yeah, he was fired. Um, but I don't know who you heard. Probably Maddie. She told you.
Yeah, they announced it at
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Round
So,
and Round. So
um, I won't say much about it other than I think that some of you's making the best decision, and I think
yeah, I would say so.
it's the best thing for some of you, which I'm not going to talk about on here. So, Michael, me and you can talk about it later. Um, so I thought Ben and I, as both worked at some of you, were like kind of decompressing that and kind of discussing that. That wasn't what we planned to do, but obviously, both being so involved at one point or another was like a needed conversation for probably both of us. Um, and then we went to go. What is the? We went to go hiking on Angel's Rest with Jenna and Josh and Destiny, Josh's girlfriend. And Josh's girlfriend got a migraine. So we had to turn back, went and hung out, played games, had dinner. We went and walked at Lacamas. Then yesterday, I just worked and then went to early screening of Asteroid City, which it was packed, bro. I was it was in Tigard at like one of the big Regals, and like the theater was massive and it was packed, like people all around. It was like almost full,
Jeez.
which was why it was just weird. I haven't been in a theater with that many people in forever. And I didn't know that many people liked Wes Anderson. I guess I was in Portland, so like makes
Yeah,
sense.
that kind of makes sense.
Makes sense, but yeah. So, um, yeah, that was my week. It wasn't. There's lots of more things. Like this summer is gonna be really fun. I'm excited for this summer. Um, right now is like the boring part of summer, which is I've still done fun things. So,
Yeah, makes sense.
but yeah. So, um, obviously the elephant in the room, not between us, but between everybody in the world, is the Titan, which is a submarine tour for extremely rich people that goes to visit the Titanic. It's obviously missing since Sunday night, right? Yeah, Sunday night.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find it, I guess. They have about 15 hours of oxygen, I want to say, left, something like that, 15 to 18.
Yeah. People were saying they already likely imploded though.
Well, then the knocking thing.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
So the if I was them, I'd wish they'd implode. Like I would not want to die the way they're dying.
Nope.
I would have rather like just whatever died instantaneously because that's awful. Like they're I didn't think about this. Like you think about like suffocating to death, but you're suffocating to death with like people there, other people there.
Yeah.
Like you're all like people are probably having panic attacks. People are probably vomiting. People are probably like it's probably miserable in that thing.
Yeah, probably.
But apparently, one of the guys on there is like a Titanic expert, and apparently is like a fantastic leader in like high stress situations. Apparently, so like he's probably the one doing the knocking in 30-minute intervals or whatever. But obviously, it's horrific. It's very sad, but it
Yeah,
is
it's crazy.
it is ironic, not in the sense that like I'm like haha, like I don't think that at all. Like this is awful, but it's ironic because the Titanic obviously was a bunch of rich people being like, look how much money we have, look what we can do, and they all pretty much died. And then this is like, look how much money we have, look what we can do. We can go look at the Titanic, and then obviously they're probably going to die. Um, I would assume if they did they get them out. I mean, the clock is like it's like weird. I don't know if it's weird for you. Like, there's literally like you see the movies where like the clock is ticking. Like these people will die probably within this. Huh.
Mom tried to come in.
Oh, hi mom. Um, but it's just weird. Like within the next 15 hours, like there's like essentially a countdown to when these people will die, which I feel like never happens in real life.
No, it definitely doesn't.
So it's really
It
weird.
is, yeah, it is weird. But and then people are also talking about it's like now they're going to charge like 5 times as much to see the submarine that sank next to
Yeah,
the
and then
Titanic
in the
as a
next
package.
in the next 100 years. Yeah, I mean,
It's crazy.
well, do you also know that like they can't see the Titanic through like glass. They're seeing it through a camera on a screen down there.
Hmm. Yeah, like what's the point?
I can do that here.
It's all completely stupid because they also don't even control the submarine.
No,
Submarine's controlled remotely.
by a
Logitech controller.
Logitech controller. Someone's like, you couldn't even get a $200 scuff. I was like, I guess not. No, it's crazy.
Guess not.
It's very sad. I mean, there's obviously this dude that's the Titan. There's the captain or whatever, the Titanic expert, who's like just loves the Titanic. So of course he's gonna go. You got obviously the billionaire, the owner of the company or whatever. But then you have like another really rich dude, but his son, who's 19, is
Yeah.
with him. It just sucks. I hope they get found. But the thing is, if they find them, it'd be like dropping a giant claw into a claw machine that's pitch black and hoping you get it.
Yeah.
So
It's a very hard rescue mission because it's like
you can't go that deep.
you can't go that deep. Yeah. They
Like
like
you have,
made something to go that deep and then that thing is now stuck.
yeah. It's just, it's obviously very sad, but it's like nothing you can do. Like they're gonna keep trying for the next 15 hours, and then I don't know if they'll try after that, but like at that point, it's like these guys are gonna be maybe a few hours after, but yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah.
So, um, so Quentin Tarantino, obviously we've talked about his new movie, The Movie Critic, but he describes his final movie as Travis Bickle if he were a film critic, which Travis Bickle, if you don't know, is Taxi Driver.
Hmm.
I don't even know what to make of that information.
I don't know either. That's a good
Because
movie.
like Travis Bickle's like a psycho that like
Yeah, like not
wants to
right in the
be
head.
like a superhero. Basically, he wants to be like this vigilante. And why is the movie critic? I don't whatever. Quentin Tarantino go
Kind
off.
of just sounds like he's saying it's a movie critic with a mental disability.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm here for it. I'm here for anything Quentin Tarantino does. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff either. Oh man. M. Night Shyamalan, his next film Trap is described as a psychological thriller set at a concert. Sounds interesting, but he doesn't make very good movies. So
Nope.
there's like 3 movies I like by him. Um, I also don't understand like it just the concept like sounds cool, and then you think about it, and you're like, this doesn't sound as cool as
No, you try to picture it, and then you're like,
it just doesn't
this
make.
just seems kind of stupid.
Especially with the name Trap. Where are you trapped in a crowd? Like,
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like some giant festival crowd, and then it's gonna be somebody trying to chase someone else through the crowd.
yeah, it just feels not interesting. But then again, he is obviously knows what he's doing. But Beyond the Spider Verse. Obviously, we just got across the Spider Verse, but here's some news about Beyond. It will further explore Miles' Prowler variant to explore how Miles might have developed if he were in a different world where he didn't have his father, he was mentored by his uncle. What kind of kid would he be? It also I forgot to add like they talked about like how he has to live as the Prowler because of the Sinister Six being prevalent. And then we'll further explore Spider Punk's world, which will be so sick. Um, so yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's exciting. I hope the movie doesn't get delayed. I'll be so sad. You're a big Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, as am I, but you probably a little bit more. We got a first look at the live action Last Airbender. We got like the teaser trailer thing, but then we also got like character pictures of Aang, Zuko. Who else did we get? There's 4 of them. I forget who we got, but did you see
Yeah.
those?
I saw a couple of them. I think
Yeah.
I only saw people react to them. I didn't actually look at them all. I saw Zuko. Uh, he looked good.
Yeah. Aang looks
Um,
great in my opinion.
Aang looked good too. He looked like he was, a young kid. So
Yeah.
it was good. Uh, But yeah, I mean, it looks fine.
Yeah, so far so good, Like it's not like anything crazy.
Yeah,
Linda Hamilton. She's what's she in? She's in she's in Terminator, I think. Um, right, right.
yeah,
Yeah, she's Terminator chick. She's got cast in Stranger Things season 5. Um, which like if I wanted to learn anything about the newest season of Stranger Things, I didn't care about a casting.
yeah.
But okay.
Stranger Things Exterminator.
Literally. Behind the scenes teaser trailer teaser for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. We also got a poster with that. I forgot to watch the teaser.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Poster looks fine. It's just brand new sci-fi IP, which I'm just excited for because like if you look at like the history of I forget who they give as examples, but like I think it's like Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, a couple other guys like really famous guys. Like Steven Spielberg was turned down to make this thing, and then he created Indiana Jones. And then George Lucas was turned down to make this thing, then he created Star Wars. So like good directors trying to create something for a franchise, they get denied, and then they create their own IP, and it's like amazing. So I
Hmm.
hope that I have very high hopes.
Yeah,
Um, Oppenheimer is being described as kind of a horror movie, and reportedly, people leave the movie absolutely devastated. They can't speak. Is this going to be one of the best movies ever made?
I mean, possibly.
It's just
I don't
so
know. It's definitely. I mean, I already assumed it'd be kind of like a horror movie.
yeah. It's just that's a cool way to think about it.
Yeah.
It actually happened. So
Hmm.
it's literally a month from today. We get Barbenheimer. Barbie and Oppenheimer a month from today.
Yeah.
Dad will go see Oppenheimer, I bet. Or he should.
Hopefully, we'll see.
you would think you'd want to see it. And then Marvel Studios will skip Hall H at San Diego Comic Con this year, which is a big bummer, but they're probably trying to figure out what the heck they're going to do with all this. It's also writer's strike, and at least announce like the cast of Fantastic Four or something.
Yeah. True.
You know?
That is true.
But, and then we got some trailers. We got an Outer Banks teaser, which just felt like a vibe. Um,
It was all the singing comments were everyone was hating so much.
there's a
They were saying
bit.
like is TikTok cringe and like I hope the show's not as bad as this video is. And all this, I was like, I thought it was kind of chill and
I thought it
it
was.
was
I was
pretty
like,
cool.
yeah, it was just like, oh, we see these characters who we enjoy watching just dance, like, and do funny things that kind of fit their character.
Exactly. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it wasn't like breathtaking, amazing, but it was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
We got a trailer for the One Piece live action movie produced by Netflix. Now, what did you think about
Yeah.
this?
I haven't seen One Piece, so um,
I haven't seen One
all
Piece
the
either.
all the
Obviously.
audience people don't kill me,
Yeah,
but I haven't seen One Piece.
yeah.
Uh, I want to, but I haven't seen it.
Okay,
Um,
here's the deal. One Piece is over 1,000 episodes. Like, I'm just not
yeah,
gonna watch it. It's just
it's
probably
very
won't happen.
yeah, it's very crazy.
I'll watch this movie because it's a movie. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's pretty crazy. So I don't know, but it looked. People were saying it looked accurate
Yeah,
and it looked good. I thought it looked fun.
I think it looks
So
fun too. I saw a video of like the actors reacting to the trailer, and the guy who plays, I think his name is Luffy, right?
yeah,
That guy, the kid, whatever teenager, I don't know how old he is, that played Luffy was like in tears watching the trailer, so that was cool.
yeah,
Um, looks cool, looks fun, I guess.
hmm
It's an interesting concept. Like when I like the sea monster, I was like, well, that's kind
yeah.
of wild. Heart of Stone. This is a thriller with Gal Gadot. Looks overly fine. Um, probably be like worse than like Extraction type because it's
I would say it's probably got a 3-star cap.
yeah. I can't see it being better.
It just doesn't look like an interesting movie. I'll
And
probably
unless you're
watch it, but
doing
it doesn't look like I'll enjoy it.
yeah, it looks overly fine. So go off Gal Gadot, but we love you as Wonder Woman, so keep doing that. We got a trailer for Kraven the Hunter, which was supposed to come out this morning, but people leaked it, and 45 minutes after it leaked, they like posted it everywhere. So, which is
Hmm.
funny. But what did you think?
I think it got sonified.
It looks bad.
It looks really bad.
It looks really, really bad. I mean, it looks a little more interesting than like Morbius. I think
Yeah, but it's
because
got the same vibes.
it's not Jared Leto. Like we actually like Aaron Taylor Johnson's a good actor.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been so much better. He's perfect for the role,
He is
and
great for the role.
it's still just like they just Sonyfied it.
Why does his dad have this accent and he doesn't?
I know exactly.
Like, also Russell Crowe is in this movie. Like, did we know that?
I don't think we knew that.
Because I saw him, I was like, what in the
I
world?
know it was crazy, but I mean, one his origins stupid.
They could have given him his real origin. Like, why didn't you give him his real origin?
I know. They were like, because they wanted to feel more real, that the lion's blood dripped into a wound
'Cause now you have to
and
like,
then merged with him.
yeah.
So stupid, but
Someone's like, I know how the movie's gonna end. He's like, it's like him up with his father, and his father's like, "You're not a killer," and he's like, "You're right, I'm a hunter," and he kills him.
but it's so stupid. It's not. It totally takes like strays away from the entire purpose of Kraven, which is like the thrill of the hunt. And they
Yeah.
also made it. I mean, they made him not a villain.
Well, that's what they
Like he
always do.
kills bad people. Well, but it's so stupid because he's like this whole thing. He's like pissed at his. It's like my dad puts evil into this world and I take it out. It's like
It's the
why don't you
anti-hero. It's
like, why don't you just have like a grudge against your dad and just like the whole movie you're just like why do you care about it shouldn't be about the bad and versus you should just be so filled with rage and anger that you just want to murder everyone to get to your dad and murder him. That should be what it is.
it's the whole it's dude. It's what Sony they give him like this anti-hero story. That's stupid.
It is
Also,
stupid. And then they have the audacity though in the trailer to be like villains aren't born, they're made.
yeah.
And I'm like, they're not being made. You're making an anti-hero.
Yeah, it's so corny. Also, El Muerto, that whatever movie is, they don't have they took away the release date, so hopefully it's not getting made now. By
Hopefully.
the way, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's people like legitimately being like, they're building the Sinister Six. This is so cool. I'm like, no, it's not cool.
It's not cool at
It's
all.
not like these are Spider-Man characters with no Spider-Man.
With no Spider-Man.
Oh gosh. It's bad. It's real bad. Speaking of Spider-Man and bad, Tom Holland's gotta be down bad. Um, Trailer for
Hmm.
Challengers, starring Zendaya and two people I don't know about. She's like a tennis coach, like a romance drama tennis movie. Um, yeah, I was watching. I was like, like it got more interesting.
Overly sexualized. It's
It,
kind of crazy for a
it
tennis movie.
it got way more interesting like later in the trailer. Like this looks like actually pretty decent, I guess. But like the beginning, I was like,
Well,
dog,
yeah,
what?
the end's more about tennis
Yeah.
itself, but the beginning's more about these two friends who play tennis with Zendaya. It's kind of crazy.
I was so uncomfortable.
It was really uncomfortable.
I was like, and like I'm just thinking, like people shouldn't like make fun of Tom Holland because that's wrong. But like he got to be a stronger man than me. Like he just is,
I
dude.
feel so bad for him. And it's so the worst part is that it's just so unnecessary for the movie and it looks so forced.
Yeah. Well,
So uncomfortably forced
it's because
into the movie.
the director who did Call Me by Your Name, which we haven't watched, but
No.
um apparently he's a good director. But like one of his favorite directors of all time did this movie from like 2003 that's like the same premise, but the whole movie is like this back and forth between a girl and then two guys. Like this movie, and I'm like, you're just trying to make what you apparently love, the weird fetish thing. I don't know.
He's making his own movie fetish.
It just made me really uncomfortable.
It was extremely uncomfortable.
And then she marries one of them
I
apparently,
know, which is like so weird also.
and then they like years later he's like, uh,
Not yeah, then they're like beefing.
yeah, it's just weird. He's like, when we were teenagers, like,
He's like, "Oh yeah, when we were teenagers, right?" He's basically saying like, I'll just go get it right now.
yeah, it was weird. It's like it looks fine, but like I'm uncomfortable by
It's
this.
it's I don't know. It would have been so. She looks like perfect to play like
The tennis
this
player.
tennis girl role
Yeah, she looked great.
for whatever reason. Like it fit really well.
Yeah, but then they gave
Um,
her this weird just.
Yeah, but now it's literally just gonna be King Richard if it was
Over.
kinky and bad.
Literally.
So
So
I don't know what the point is. I mean, we just got King Richard, and that was a great movie, and now you're just gonna make a bad tennis movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um. Yeah.
whack.
Interesting. And then we got a trailer this morning for Priscilla. Um.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks good. It's made by A24, so like I didn't know that, and so I have no reason to doubt that it's gonna be solid. To I don't think. I think the story has the potential to be like more well done than like maybe Elvis, but like Elvis was like a immersive cinematic experience, which I don't think this will be.
It'll just be it'll be different because it won't be a movie about glorifying and memorializing a figure. It'll be more like a more like the opposite. More like kind of I feel like it'll showcase uh kind of the not so I guess Elvisy things,
Yeah, like
not
his
so glamorous things, his drug addiction, his
yeah
you know
he's a terrible dude at one
his
point.
sleeping around, all that different kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure it'll probably focus on all that kind of different stuff, kind of how that is with his, you know, with Priscilla and then having a daughter and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
So I think it'll be good.
I think it'll be good too. I'm excited. She looks great as Priscilla. The guy who's playing Elvis, Jacob Elordi or whatever, I don't know who it is, but he looks solid too. I mean, they
He
really
looks good
show.
too.
They didn't show.
He looks a lot more like Elvis, um, a young Elvis.
Yeah, then also.
Like he actually looks like in the military uniform and everything.
Uh huh.
Like he like actually looked like Elvis
Right.
from pictures.
I don't think he'll be as good as Austin Butler, but
No, because he won't. It's not the purpose of the movie, so he
yeah.
won't go into depth doing that kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. But looks good nonetheless. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited for pretty much anything A24 stamps its stamp of approval on. So,
yeah, facts.
um,
Um, yeah, top five.
top
Uh,
five.
today we got top five films that feel like summer,
Exactly.
which was it was a good one.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's
So
one I want to do next week because I'm working on like a thing for the Redeeming Reels about it, but like kind of like slice of life movies or like movies that make you think about your life or purpose or things like that, but not like reality bending, just like everyday life type movies. I really
mhm,
want to do a top five of that because
yeah,
that's like my favorite film genre or subgenre or whatever.
yeah, that's dope.
But yeah, feels like summer because it's summertime finally. So
Exactly.
um
So, you want to kick us off?
yeah, and we were talking about before we started recording. There's a lot of movies that feel like summer, so this was hard. But I'm gonna start off with just one of the most rewatchable movies in my opinion. It's not a great movie, but it's hilarious and fun. I have Cheaper by the Dozen too. The Lake House and yeah, it's just so good, so good.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Yeah, my first one, I'm gonna kick it off with, I guess it's a good adventure movie.
Mm.
Definitely got the vibes of summer. It's warm. It's set in the on the East Coast. Um, it's Peanut Butter Falcon.
I almost put that. I almost put that. That's such a good one. That movie's so good. My second honorable mention, I got a movie that feels very much like a gloomy summer. Feels like summer camp. Feels like camp love. All those type of things. Um, from Wes Anderson, I have Moonrise Kingdom.
That's my number seven.
Oh, there you go. That's great. It's great. I love it. It
The
feels
camp
like this.
vibe, adventure vibe is
Yeah, like
super summer.
young love kind of like run away from your parents. Um okay,
Yeah.
so my number 6. Um this is the only other movie that I'm like, yeah, this isn't a great movie, but this screams summer. And I'll be taking no further questions. I have High School Musical 2. Um, I don't know if you have it on your list higher. It's
I
great.
didn't include it. And
It's
there's too many other
I
movies to include.
I had to put it because it's like the epitome of summer.
It
Like
is
it's the
super
most
fun.
summer movie. It's like a high school summer movie where they're like at a pool, country club, working jobs, messing around. It's just so fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, my number six though. I have mid '90s.
I figured you would add that. I figured you
Yeah,
would.
I had to add it. One of my favorite movies. So
This
definitely
movie's
got the summer vibes. Um,
yeah.
yeah, great like coming of age movie, I guess.
Oh,
And
it's
yeah,
fantastic.
any movie about like a group of kids being friends, that kind of deal is gonna be innocent, a summer classic type movie.
Yeah.
Just a sense of adventure, gives summer vibes.
Um, my into the top five. My one of my favorite like rom coms I think ever. It's 2020 release. We watched it as a movie of the week actually, but I have Palm Springs.
Yeah, it didn't make my list, but
I
it was up there.
It's so good. I mean it's literally like they're just being goons, like repeating their life.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a great one. Like you said, there's way too many
There's
movies.
so
I
many.
figured our list was gonna vary a lot.
Yeah. There's gonna be a couple
Um,
couple overlap, which has already happened, but
yeah, my number five, I got my only animated movie included. Um, I mean, I guess the movie itself, and you wouldn't really necessarily pair it with summer,
it
but
feels like
it's
summer.
definitely summery vibes, and I think a lot of that's due to the soundtrack. Soundtrack kind
Oh,
of gives it
oh,
summer
okay.
vibes.
I think I know.
The classic Phil Collins soundtrack.
Yeah,
It's Brother Bear.
I almost put Brother Bear too. It does. It feels like you're on an adventure in the summer with your bro. Kind of like, yeah, I get it. I get
Well,
it.
yeah, like I said, pretty much as long as you get, I mean, we say like films that feel like summer. Basically just means like adventure movies,
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
kind of like that. Where, but not like adventure in the sense like Indiana Jones, not that, but like
Which you could
going
put.
on and you could put it on there, but
Yeah, like
yeah,
going on an adventure feels like a summer
usually
movie.
like with friends, but it usually needs like kind of relationship tied to it, not just yeah,
Um, I think my number four is the only movie actually set in the summer on this entire list that I have. It's just an instant classic for me. It's The Kings of Summer.
yeah.
It's quite literally about three best friends and their summer adventure. So I guess High School
That's
Musical
funny.
too, but yeah. So
I mean, I got some at least that are set in the summer.
yeah,
Not very, I guess, uh, in your face about it, but
right, for sure.
um,
That's probably
my
true.
next one's is set in the summer. It's The Sandlot.
I almost added it.
You paired, like I said, you paired the friendship, the um, camaraderie, the adventure, uh, and you pair that with something made before the 2000s, and you're gonna get a movie that feels like summer.
You're gonna get a classic. Speaking of uh, friends, adventure, and a movie where it's sunny all the time and it's set before 2000s, my number three, I have Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It was like my number. It was my number nine, I think.
That's great. Oh, it's so good. It feels so much like summer. Um,
Yeah,
because they literally like taking a day off of school, and I remember watching it for the first time in high school, loving it. That was my favorite movie for a long time.
yeah, that's crazy. There's one movie I know it's gonna be in the near next two. Um,
Yeah, pretty easily.
and but then there's two other movies for me that I'm wondering if you're gonna say one of them or none of them. Um,
I don't know.
but my number three is your movie. My number three is Stand by Me.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
It's
I'll let you talk about it at
yeah,
number one.
it's very spoiler alert. I don't think that's a surprise though. It's like any list. This is what happens.
I don't think mine will be a surprise either for you.
I honestly I don't know. So
When I say it won't be a surprise.
okay, well that makes sense. Uh, my number two, you might have this. Like this, like isn't in your face that it's the summer, but I think it definitely takes place during a break of some sort. Um, it's definitely the saddest summer. I have After Sun.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't have I didn't include that on my list, but
Okay.
yeah, it's
It,
definitely it's summer. I'm
it
pretty sure
feel
they talk about it.
it feels like summer, but it also feels like my
He's on a
chest my
he's on
chest
a
is
school break and stuff,
my
but
chest is
yeah.
caving in.
Oh yeah.
Um, I we could talk about this movie for a long time. Dude, literally like 2 weeks, and then we get to make Maddie watch it again, mom and dad watch it, and Jen will watch it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, if we I don't know if we'll be there at the same time though. That's the only problem.
What?
When do you go? You go up to Canal Sunday, right?
I don't know why.
Because Maddie leaves Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't think Maddie will be up there.
Oh. So she goes up just Friday, Saturday?
No, she got all the time off after the wedding till Sunday, till she has to start work again.
But you guys don't go up there till Friday, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so be Friday, late Friday though, because we're going to the Hank Jr. concert in
Oh, gotcha.
Richfield.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Lame. That's dumb. Well, Maddie's seen it, but we'll make everyone else watch it. I'm so excited. I'm just excited to watch it again. The movie's amazing.
Yeah, facts.
Anyway, what's your two?
Yeah, mine's like probably one of the most summer feeling movies of all time. It takes place in the ocean.
Oh, I was gonna put it. I was gonna put that, but I didn't. Like I had it. It was like my
The
number
movie
four.
poster colors feel summer. You got the bright blue,
Yeah,
red.
yeah,
It's Jaws.
yeah. I didn't put it solely because it's like of course it's like I just tried not to put it because it's the most like accurate one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Movie's amazing. Movie's
Well,
perfect.
what is your number one?
Oh, wow. My number one is Interstellar. No. I have Stand By Me. Obviously, it's a like we've been saying, it's an adventure of friends when it's sunny. Like
Yeah.
it it yeah, it's my favorite movie ever. It's not hard to be like, wow, this movie feels like summer. This movie feels like summer. This movie feels like anything I want it to feel like because it's my ultimate comfort movie, all these things. So,
Yeah.
yeah. What is
My my number one. It's adventure,
yeah.
but not friend related, not
Okay.
even young person related. It's the most hopeful, joyful, adventurous movie.
Oh, okay. I think I know.
One of my favorites. It's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah. I almost put
Yeah.
that on there. That movie. That's a movie that could be on like the next week's. If we do that, like make you think about life and purpose, like that movie, it really makes you
Yeah.
think.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, what a
But yeah,
nice. That's great.
great top
Fantastic.
five.
So we'll just run through what we had. So films that feel like summer. My number 8, Cheaper by the Dozen 2, 7, Moonrise Kingdom, 6, High School Musical 2, 5, Palm Springs, 4, Kings of Summer, 3, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 2, After Sun, and number 1, Stand By Me.
We had two of the same ones.
Yeah.
Two movies were the same.
Yeah.
That's crazy. My number 8, I have Peanut Butter Falcon. Number 7, Moonrise Kingdom. Number 6, Mid 90s. Number 5, Brother Bear. Number 4, The Sandlot. Number 3, Stand By Me. Number 2, Jaws. And number 1, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Have we ever not overlapped at all?
I have no idea.
Maybe on like essentials, but probably not. No, because we still have similar things that we do.
We probably we probably never not overlapped.
All
Pretty
right.
crazy.
So our fun segment for the day. We got movie tag. Essentially, we have a list of a bunch of different.
What's happening?
uh,
What the heck?
I got it back. Oh, here, don't press anything.
No, it's there. What the heck?
Oh,
Think we're good now.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm good. Okay. So we have, yeah, we have a list of different like movie type prompts, like our favorite or best of this or something that's like this. Anyway, and so we're just gonna go through. We're gonna decide together what this is. So maybe we'll argue.
Yes.
I probably doubt it, but
We'll see. Unlikely.
favorite film of all time. We've already
We've
talked
already
about
talked
this.
about it. So
It's After
what is
Sun.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
After Sun. Shocker.
Mhm.
We've also talked about the next one.
Yeah. It's only one of
Which
two
is
things in my mind, but
yeah. I think we can consensus that it was 12 Angry Men.
it is for best script.
Yes. Favorite poster.
Now this is interesting.
This one
And
is interesting.
we're doing like original poster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like custom.
No, not the custom ones.
What do you think immediately? What are some things you think of?
That come to mind.
Yeah.
Definitely think of La La Land.
All lands up
I think
there.
La La Land poster is great.
I think of Jaws.
Jaws is awesome.
Um
I like the Truman Show poster
Truman
with
Show's
all the TVs in his face.
what's the other one? Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction's a great one. The Shawshank Redemption.
That's another good one.
I think we got some good options.
If you were to pick one of those, which one would you pick?
Huh. That's the hard part. Uh, I think honestly, I think Jaws is probably the best
I would say
movie poster ever made.
I was gonna say it's like the poster. It's like if you think of movies and posters, you think of Jaws.
It perfectly uh encapsulates the film. So
Yeah. um,
uh, the next one,
how do you, that or not that? I'll watch it someday.
One Piece.
No, I won't watch it someday.
Um, I mean, you don't know, I don't the movie. I don't know what movie it's
oh, what did I put? Because obviously
maybe like there's a
oh,
couple.
Seven Samurai.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seven Samurai, Drive My Car, any of like the subtitle like 3.5 hour movies.
Cinema Paradiso.
Yeah, anything like that. I'd say I'll watch it someday. We can do the Seven Samurai though. That's probably the most iconic, best rated. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also the one that's like 5.5 hours long or whatever. The
Oh yeah.
that movie. But uh biggest personal impact. It's
Ooh.
hard to do together.
We could do it separate or together though. Maybe together. I mean, obviously after Sun, but we shouldn't
I
have
was
some
gonna say
overlap
like
movies.
can't reuse movies.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. So
Um
other than that, maybe Goodwill Hunting.
Good Will Hunting or maybe Brother Bear even.
Yeah, one of those two.
I'd probably say Brother Bear.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Um okay. Best long movie, 3+ hours. And the Batman clocks in at 2 hours 59 minutes, by the way.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately.
cannot count.
I mean, there's easy
There's
answers
an
for this.
easy one, in my opinion, that I think's better than the Batman anyway.
Well, I have two that I think are better than that, but they could go in this one. there's a subjective best 3 hour plus long movie, and there's a an actual best.
Okay, what's your
In terms of
actual best?
in terms of enjoyment and good movie, it's Return of the King.
What's the other one?
Uh, 2001.
Oh, that's 2 hours 38 minutes. It's not 3 hours
Oh,
long.
really?
Yeah.
I thought that one was 3 hours long.
No, it's 2 hours. Yeah, Return of the King easily. I don't
Yeah.
know if The Godfather's longer, which I think The Godfather's probably a little bit better, but not by much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
make it
Return of the
easy then.
It's Return of the King. Okay, next one. What do we got?
You like, but everyone hates.
Um,
What do we like that everyone hates?
apparently people hate cars.
That would be a good one.
Um,
This
real,
one's
real.
there's one that we like that just nobody cares about. Nobody even watches. That's Driveways. But
Yeah, but
nobody hates it.
there is a criminally overlooked category, by the way. So, um,
Oh, that makes sense
or
then.
underrated. So, I like that everyone.
Yeah, Cars is a good one.
Real
Uh,
Steel, I like a lot. I don't know if you like Real Steel.
I mean, I like it. Yeah.
Um,
What is one that people hate, man?
that's what I don't know. Is like people hate it. Like
I definitely like know movies that people hate. Like I know that they exist. I just can't. I see it all the time, but then I can't actually think of one right now, and I
I could
can't
look
even
at
see one.
like my stats of like movies I rate higher than normal.
I guess you could do that. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Good way to do it. I mean,
Which is like oh like Man of Steel. People hate that movie, but also people love
oh
that movie. So I don't know. Brother, people don't hate Brother Bear, but people don't think Brother Bear's good.
yeah, I would say Cars. I would say Cars is
I
the one
think
that gets the
Cars.
most
I
most.
didn't know people hated Cars until
Neither did I. I thought everyone
the
loved
last
Cars.
year and a half of getting into this. It's like people hate this movie.
People
Um,
literally hate it.
okay, you hate, but everyone loves.
The Northman.
Yeah, I was gonna say Titanic or
I don't mind
Avatar
the Titanic.
or Avatar.
Let's do Avatar just to
Yeah,
piss people off because that's true.
yeah, you hate
Mom and
it.
Dad watched Way of Water.
What they think?
They thought it was terrible.
Really? Okay, it wasn't terrible. It's better than the first Avatar.
The visuals, but the story was just as bad.
Yeah,
Honestly, the story in the first one was probably better.
James Cameron's about to eat with this new Titanic movie, though.
That's hilarious.
Underrated. How do we want to go about this?
Well, you said there's
There's criminally overlooked, and then there's underrated. Underrated, I'd say, um, if we can't repeat,
Brother Bear.
we can't repeat.
Oh, right. I forgot we did Brother Bear.
um,
Uh, underrated. Underrated.
it can be a good movie, but people just don't hold it
Yeah,
as
but
highly.
it's not underrated.
Um,
Rango.
Rango's a good one. Secret
I
Life
think
of Walter Mitty.
that's a valid one. We should do that one. On the count of three, I feel like that's kind of underrated.
Yeah, that's still pretty high. Like Walter Mitty's definitely more underrated.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, what even three? I guess it was 3.7.
I would say Rushmore is the most underrated Wes Anderson movie
Yeah,
as of literally watching it this last week. But
I would have a good one for I like but everyone hates.
what?
For me personally, The Amazing Spider-Man.
That's a valid one too.
uh, yeah. What did we say?
I'd go Secret Life.
Secret Life. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna do. I was gonna do the same thing. Overrated.
Overrated.
Okay.
Hmm. Overrated.
Um. Oh man.
This one's tough, actually. What's overrated? I should just filter by. Should filter my list by average rating, highest average rating, and then see what movies I
Um,
disagree with. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is overrated.
I think so. Let's do it. Let's do Everything Everywhere. I was gonna say Avatar, but we used it.
Yeah, correct. Avatar would have been a good one to also.
EEAA. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is still a 5-star movie, but I think it's overrated. People think it's like the second coming of Jesus.
Correct. I think it's 4.5-star movie, but
which is still great. That's still like a fantastic movie. But yeah.
Correct.
Okay, this is hard. Why do I like this? I don't feel like I have
Free Solo.
That makes sense though. It's like brilliantly made. It's like
it's like a documentary. It's like the only documentary too. It's like, why do I like this?
Yeah, or it's like climbing. Like who the heck?
Yeah, it's like, am I into climbing?
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Apparently, because some of the gods.
What did I
fantastic.
put? Oh, I put Cheaper by the Dozen. But it makes sense.
I feel like I have an answer to that one because it's a childhood thing.
Yeah, Free Solo. That's good. That's good. Okay. What's the next one we got?
The greatest soundtracks, which is going to be, I mean, almost that's really hard because you got. I mean,
I have my
obviously
answer.
We can't use Brother Bear, which I think would be a criminally underrated soundtrack.
It's not the best, but it's very good.
But it's not the best one. But Tarzan is a great. I mean, Phil Collins, classic.
Yep.
The newest, the Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack is absolutely insane.
I have my answer.
I would probably say it's Across the Spider-Verse.
I think it's The Lion King.
I don't think I'd put The Lion King over Tarzan though.
Really? I think The Lion King, in terms of like classic and like songs, like it's got so many more songs than Tarzan does in terms of like you listen to everything The Lion King, but where like not everything Tarzan you listen to. I mean, if you were to weight it, like the best, like Tarzan's got more better songs.
Yeah. Okay, we can do The Lion King.
But I'm also okay with Across the Spider-Verse. But I don't know. It's a little early for me to say it's the greatest soundtrack.
No, we should do Lion King.
Okay. Perfect. All right. What's we got next?
Next one's that cinematography.
Oh man.
This one's tough. I really wanted to give it to a Wes Anderson movie because that's just valid.
It's Grand Budapest or like.
I'd probably give it to Grand Budapest. But
I would like 2001: Space Odyssey.
Obviously.
Hard to argue.
Crazy.
Batman, I love.
Oh, I love the Batmans.
I'll take whatever. 2001 is probably the right answer.
Probably. Let's do 2001.
Okay, sounds good. What's next? Ooh,
Bad Day Cure.
What
movie can you watch to cure your bad day?
It's never a good. Well, honestly, like The Office. I watch The Office now when my day's kind of sucky. But
yeah, that's facts. I think The Office is the correct answer if it were a movie. Let's say Threat Level Midnight.
Level Midnight, yeah, but that's great. Oh, that's so good.
Oh man, I think that's a valid take. It is a movie.
That is 100% a valid take. All right, favorite protagonist.
Ooh, that's so tough.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I have mine.
There's so many. What was yours?
Spider-Man.
It's
I don't want to do a superhero though, because it's like he's my favorite superhero. It like makes sense.
Yeah, that's valid.
So like, if I were to do someone else,
man, this is hard.
Because then I would say the Batman too.
Yeah. I know, and then I'd be like, Anakin, Obi-Wan.
Right, exactly.
Qui-Gon. I feel like it's honestly almost easier to think of like animated. I
Yeah.
feel like there's so many good protagonists in animated movies. Like, dude, I love Hiccup.
Hiccup's pretty awesome.
He's such a great character.
We haven't used that.
I'd love, you know who I think is like one of the most real characters is
Hmm.
Mr. Fox.
Dude, I'm so down to put that.
Dude, I think he's one of the
He's one
best
of the
written
best
characters,
characters. It's so good.
masculine characters. He's like one of the best,
Yeah,
like
we're doing that.
positive masculine
Oh yeah, 100%.
characters ever.
He's
So
so
good.
good, dude. He's so good.
All right, favorite trilogy.
Well, you could. I'll let you fill that in.
Well, can we reuse it? We
Ah,
technically
crap!
used it. We
You're
technically used it
right.
already,
You're right. Oh boy.
so we can't include that movie.
Oh no.
That's pretty tough. We had a list of
I mean, Star Wars, I guess, but I don't know.
trilogy.
Dude, Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Didn't we do a thing on trilogies?
We might have.
I
I don't
can't find
remember.
it. Tried to search for trilogy. I couldn't find it. Find it here. Huh. I can't find anything.
Do the Dark Knight trilogy.
We could do the Dark Knight.
I'd say that. Maybe Star Wars.
That would be cool with Star Wars. I feel like that was probably the right answer.
Honestly, Toy Story.
Toy Story is a good one. I'd still probably say Star Wars.
That's fine. We could do Star Wars. I'm not gonna want to use it anywhere else, probably. So.
Creed trilogy was goated. I watched Creed 3. It was
uh,
goated.
let's do Star Wars, the original trilogy.
The original Spider-Man trilogy.
Okay. What is the biggest letdown?
Oh wow. Um, let's see.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder is a good one. The entire
Oh, I
uh
know.
the
I know.
entire new Star Wars trilogy.
Uh, for me, this is easy. That I remember. It's Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a big letdown.
It like should have been one of the craziest, best movies. I want to watch it again, but still, it should have been amazing.
That's valid.
But um,
For me, I mean, for us currently right now, also the Northman.
I'd be
Is
down to
big,
put it.
is
I'd be
big
down to put
letdown.
it. I'm totally fine
What
with
was
it.
it? What was the other one? Oh, Batman vs Superman.
BVS.
I mean, for me, I think the Northman was a bigger letdown.
Yeah.
I was more into movies at that point, and
Yeah.
so like then people were like, "This is such a good, awesome movie,"
Yeah. People
and
like.
I was like,
Yeah. You could
"But
put that for that cinematography though.
yeah, you could."
Okay. Biggest surprise. Can't use After Sun because that was.
No, not using the other one yet.
I would say either Into the Spider Verse because at the time, but I think for us together, it should be Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
Be-
definitely. I had no idea that it was gonna be that good. Another good one, obviously. There's a lot of good ones actually. That's kind of crazy. Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Big
I thought it
surprise.
was gonna be like average,
Yeah,
and it
big.
was like incredible.
Beautiful Boy, Driveways.
Yeah, which drive? That's what I was saying. We're saving that
We're
one.
saving it for one thing.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
On the
Okay.
count of three was a big surprise, also.
Yeah, that's another. That movie's fantastic, man. Oh my goodness.
All right,
Uh, not the
not the
best,
best,
but fun.
but fun.
I mean Transformers, Pirates of the
Pirates of the
Caribbean,
Caribbean,
um,
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim's a great. I think that's literally what I have written down is Pacific Rim. Yeah, I have Pacific Rim. That movie's.
Honestly, I think it's disrespectful to say that Pirates of the Caribbean is not the best but fun.
I get
I
that.
honestly think it's pretty good. Most of them.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say the first three. So the first three are actually pretty dang good movies.
I would say Pacific Rim because I think Transformers 1 is good.
Yeah, I would agree too. 1 and 3 are good.
Everything else is better than Rise of the Beasts. So.
But yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
All right. Criminally overlooked
Driveways.
Movie is a masterpiece. I'll be taking no further questions. Also, I would say On the Bridge of the River Kwai. You need to watch that, dude.
I do need to watch it.
Make Dad watch it with you. He says he likes it. All right, depressing movie.
I have a good answer.
I have a good answer that we both watched this week.
That we both watched this week? Which?
In my opinion, it's depressing.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely depressing.
Real tears, dude. Real tears.
That was the other one I was thinking of.
Which one are you thinking of?
Beautiful Boy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was real tears. But no, let's do that one. Let's do the one we watched this week.
You sure?
Yeah. It'll give us diversity. Grave of the Fireflies. The furry flies.
Oh, bro, when she said, why do fireflies have to die so soon? Oh my gosh. That's so deep. Oh my gosh. Okay. Favorite active actor? I don't know who your favorite actor is. I don't remember.
I don't know. Cause I never think about it, and then I gotta think about it again.
I love Matt Damon.
Yeah, he's good.
I love
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal's the most consistent, probably, because I like Paul Mescal, but I've seen him in like 2 things.
Yeah, correct.
Ryan Gosling is up there. I could say Ryan.
Making cases.
Ryan Gosling's probably up there for me with like Matt Damon. So.
No, that's definitely valid. Let's see. Oh, dang, I didn't even need this. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do Ryan Gosling. Why not?
I love him. Favorite animated film?
Spirited Away.
Oh, have we used Across the Spider-Verse?
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
I mean, I don't know if you like Spirited Away more, but Across the Spider-Verse edged it out barely.
No, I have it above that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have it up at. I haven't ranked movies in a long time. I have like 15 movies sitting at the bottom of both my lists.
I've looked because I was trying to wonder where you were going to put Across the Spider-Verse, and I'm like, it's at the bottom. Okay, I don't know how to answer this because I feel like I like a very wide variety of movies.
I have an answer, but it's not our answer.
Okay, well, the thing is not usually my thing.
Actually, I have a perfect answer for both of us.
Okay.
That is the only right answer for both of us.
Can I tell you what my original answer was going to be? The Shining. I don't like horror, not my thing, but The Shining.
Yeah, that's valid. I love horror though, so we can do it together.
Can't do that. Yeah.
For me, I don't really like rom-coms that much. My thing was going to be How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Gotcha. Okay, but what's the right answer?
We both hate musicals.
La La Land. That's fair. There you go. Have we used it?
No.
We almost did for something.
We almost did for poster, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
First one, we almost used it.
Thank goodness we did it. No, that's great. Yeah, I'm not a fan of musicals. I mean,
neither am I.
I do like some musicals, but like, I won't like. Oh my!
It's not my cup of tea.
No,
I'm
That's
not like, wow, let's watch a movie where people randomly sing.
it's true. That's valid. Very, very valid. Love. Oh, it's such a good
It's such a good movie.
movie. It's literally got one of the. I simply can't fathom that people hate the ending.
Oh, I know. This is, in my opinion, one of the best film endings of all time.
Ever. It's so masterfully done. Oh gosh, whatever. Anyway, that's our movie tag. I will post a graphic on our Instagram of all of these, so you'll see that soon. Sometime, I don't know.
All
But
right.
we've
What have
been
we been
watching.
watching?
I want me to start. I watched a lot.
Yeah, just run through yours.
I got out of my movie slump. Clearly, and then just been cranking through some things. Last night I watched Vacation. Terrible movie. Seen it before. It's bad. Whatever. It's fun though. Ed Helms is hilarious. I watched the Florida Project, which was great. Very, very good. Not my cup of tea either. I could have put that for that. Like it was like it's this coming of age kind of slice of life movie, but at the same time like it's like these little kids. It just wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't. I thought it was a great concept, but I think that for whatever reason, which is not like normally a thing for them, but it just the things didn't hit
No,
all that
nothing.
often. The
Yeah.
things that they went for didn't necessarily hit.
So for some people it's like, and it's mostly like I see like girls that I follow on social media, like movie girls that I've seen that post about it. That like love it. It's because it's about a little girl.
Yeah, correct. Which makes
Um,
sense.
so which is great. I think that movie absolutely should be made, and like Willem Dafoe does a great job, and the little
Oh
girls
yeah,
are
he was awesome.
cute and charming, and so it's good. I still rated it like 4.5 stars. I haven't written a review for it yet, but
Yeah, facts.
I rewatched a bunch. I rewatched On the Count of Three, um, which is just short and sweet. Define sweet, but it's so good. Beautifully written, it's incredibly acted. Cinematography is great. Like themes are great. It's just a fantastic movie. Rewatched Beautiful Boy. Cried myself to sleep. Just heartbreaking, but so good. Steve Carell is just absolutely amazing in that role.
Oh yeah.
I rewatched La La Land, which we talked about. I think is one of the best endings ever, 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 ever. It's so good. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling are perfect. We watched Driveways, which we said is criminally overlooked. Just this beautiful slice of life story that makes you think about your purpose and friendship and what does it mean to love your neighbor. Like literally, it's oh my gosh. Then I'll skip the next two. I watched the Stan Lee documentary. It was fine. It was kind of like this kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, and it's like this self glorification of Stan Lee. It's really weird. It's basically like Stan Lee came up with all these ideas, and all the other people that probably helped, like frick them. That's kind of how it felt.
Mm,
It was really weird. It rubbed me the wrong
that
way.
that is weird.
Watched Extraction 2. Fun. Chris Hemsworth's big, handsome, and kicks a lot of bad guys' butts. The 21-minute like one shot was sick. Sick. Oh, it was so good. Um, so that was awesome. But like that's like the standout in the movie. So I watched The Flash, which I don't know how much you want me to get into, or how much we want to get into.
I
Um,
mean, not a lot. We're gonna see it.
yeah. So
There's certain things I already know though.
but we don't need. I'll wait. I'll just say I liked it. It's not like a bad superhero movie, but it's not like the best ever. But I think you'll enjoy it. I give it 4 stars. I think it's a good movie. Um, then Asteroid City, I went and watched last night. Feels like the Magnus Opum of Wes Anderson. It is like the most Wes Anderson movie I've ever seen. Um, It's charming. It's got these deep themes. Scarlett Johansson, amazing. Jason Schwartzman, amazing. It's funny. It's one of his funniest. We were cracking up. Tom Hanks is so good in his role. Like, I haven't ranked it yet. Like, I kind of put it in my like Wes Anderson ranking, but it's one of my favorite of the year. High, like 5 stars. I think I want to go watch it again, but I loved it. And I know some people like don't like it, which is like weird because it feels if you like Wes Anderson, like you're gonna love this movie. Like it's so him. There's like
Yeah.
things that you don't know. I think you should go see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in theaters, maybe. But there's like a thing that I didn't know was nobody knew was like the plot of the movie. There was like a really interesting added element to it. It was great.
Nice. Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's character is so funny. I'll just say that.
Figures.
And then I watched Past Lives, which was just masterful. I need to rewatch it, of course. But 5 stars, second best movie of the year. Better than Guardians, which I had Guardians at like a 98, which I think so. Heartbreaking. It's a slice of life. It's like about your like decisions that you make. It's about love. It's about all the. It was so good. So I don't want to say too much because I really don't want to spoil that. Like that, Asteroid City, The Flash. Like I just don't want to spoil for you because I need like whenever you watch it for the first time, it needs to be like, you know nothing. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was cool. Like Asteroid City, Past Lives, 2 top 4 movies of the year, I think for me. In the last week, which was great. So
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Sweet. Um. Well, start mine off. I watched some of. I think you should leave. The Netflix Tim Robinson series thing.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah, just casually. It's it's extremely funny.
Really?
Yeah, which is all it is. Um, but yeah, I mean it's super funny. I'm gonna keep watching it because it's great.
That's cool.
I watched 500 Days of Summer. It's just it was great. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I don't even know what to say about it. It was just really good.
Uh huh. Nice.
Um, I watched Creed 3
Yeah. What did you
finally.
think of Creed 3?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I think it's probably uh, I think I gave it 5 star, but it's like 5, 4.5.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
it's like really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's right around 94, 95, 96 kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean it's just incredibly good.
Jonathan Majors
Really
is so
good
good.
acting. Choreography's awesome.
Yeah. Such a good movie.
Yeah, I mean it was just really good. It was the best of Creeds for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Easily.
Definitely rivals Rocky.
Yeah, I think Rocky's probably still better
Yeah,
after rewatching Creed 3. But yeah, so.
definitely.
Did you watch it by yourself with mom and dad? Oh, they already seen it, right?
They already saw it. I
That's
watched it
right.
by myself.
Nice.
I watched Summit of the Gods, which was incredible.
Wasn't it so good?
Like really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it's not rated high. It was like really good. I don't
Yeah.
even remember what I gave it. Feel like I probably gave it a 5 star, which
Yeah.
I think it deserves.
Yeah. It
Um,
is so good.
yeah, I mean, I definitely it was up there with like animated movies.
Yeah.
Or so I gave it a 4.5. But yeah,
One of the best.
it was really good. It was really sad
Uh-huh.
and monumental, and it had a lot of weight. It was just really good. Super captivating the entire time.
Story was really interesting. Both perspectives, both like stories that were coinciding side by side.
Yeah, intertwining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Until
yeah,
it literally intertwined where they met.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
So cool.
And like, yeah, such a good movie. Wow.
Yeah, and the ending was great. Also,
I'm moving Beautiful Boy up to a 5-star.
I think I already added it a
You already
5 star.
had it at 5-star, but I had it 4.5. But upon rewatch, I'm moving it. I haven't written my new review for it yet, but I'm moving it up to 5.
It's solid.
Yeah. So
Um, yeah, and then we both watched Rushmore and Grave of the Fireflies. So, Rushmore, what did you think?
Rushmore was so good. Jason Schwartzman's like 17 in this movie.
Yeah.
Um, he's really young. The story is really interesting. It's like funny. Um, there's the book that I read, Movies Are Prayers. The entire last chapter was devoted to this one movie because
Mm-hmm.
he sees the story of the Bible, creation, the fall, redemption, and restoration all within the entire story. And so I read that. Then obviously watching it, I was like, whoa, like I actually see that. Like he's got this life about him. He's got this like creation, like this praise. Like Rushmore is like this amazing school. When he like asks about the freaking the math problem, and he's like, "Oh, I could, you know." It's like, "Oh, can I give it a try?" He's like, "Well, no one's ever solved this." So, and then obviously he's prideful. He's selfish. But then there's this redemption. The story just beautifully unfolds. It feels very much like Wes Anderson while telling one of the more interesting stories I think he's ever done. So,
Yeah, I would agree.
and I haven't seen everything. Nothing nothing of his is on streaming services. Which
No, it's
is
not.
so annoying.
I think I'm gonna rent some point soon. Life Aquatic.
Oh, I want to watch that so bad.
So
Yeah. Whenever you rent it, I'll watch it.
yeah, so I wanted to watch that for a while,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good movie. Um, I mean, like you explained, uh, so I gave it a 4.5. You gave it a 5 star.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's simply because you read your book or whatever, and so you
Yeah.
had a lot more
I had a lot more going into it.
information and
Yeah.
stuff going into it, and so you had a lot more. It was more impactful for you, which that
Yeah.
actually is going to make you think it's slightly better.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Yeah.
So, regardless, it was. I mean, it was really entertaining movie. Um,
It's got to be his most underrated ever. Like,
I think it's got to be his most underrated, and like you said, I think it's probably his second best story
which I think
behind Grand
fantastic.
Budapest.
Oh, I think Fantastic
Or
Mr.
I guess so third.
Yeah.
Third.
It's one of his.
I'd say
It's.
Fantastic Mr. Fox, Grand Budapest, and then this
I
one.
think I like the story of this better than Grand Budapest, but Grand Budapest is so good. It's amazing.
Yeah, it just holds its own without visuals, which is like super
That's
cool.
the thing. Like it's that it feels like Wes Anderson, but like visually doesn't look as much like Wes Anderson. The jokes feel similar and like the camera work feels similar, but just it's not as like colorfully defined and like visually appealing as
And yeah, and
yeah.
the acting delivery is exactly the same. You'll notice that it's exactly the same in every single movie. Um, it's almost like characters are mostly devoid of emotion. Like
Yeah.
the entire thing with Wes Anderson is like his worlds are so colorful and his characters are so grayscale.
Yeah.
Like they're so monotoned and like so they'll like say things really meaningful and personal and emotional, but they'll say it like completely monotone.
Yeah. No, dude, you'll love Asteroid City. You might think it's like his best movie. It's so
I
good.
think it's possible,
It's so,
but
oh my gosh, you'll love it. But yeah, no, this story it's such an underrated film. The ending is so good. There's so many
mhm.
subtleties that like I obviously noticed because I read someone talk about them, but like how he's like proud to call his dad a barber at the end when he's like, my dad's a neurosurgeon. He's like, I want you to be my dad. He's a barber, and he walks away.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But
It's like
it's
so Wes Anderson for directing your how these people act is like this whole big entire movie full circle moment, and he's just like, "This is my dad. He's a barber."
he goes away.
Walks away, like
Yeah.
literally no emotion, no anything. It's just complete utter monotone delivery.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
But it's like a
it's great.
huge
I love
thing.
it.
It's a huge thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. I love that kind of style
Yeah.
that
It's
he's
so
got
good.
going.
But yeah.
Yeah, so great movie. Go watch it. Uh, well, go rent it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not on anything. And neither is the next one. So next one's Grave of the Fireflies.
Which takes place during a war in Japan, and it's a brother and a younger, like little sister, as they journey trying to avoid war and survive. Basically, is the story.
Animal
And
briefly for 2 minutes.
um, heartbreaking movie. I mean, sad.
So sad.
Um, and like, oh, like very sad. The relationships obviously between the brother and the sister are super good, and it's that line when she's like, why do fire, which is the essence of the entire movie, is about death and dealing with death, and like, why do these things have to happen, why is war so awful,
Yeah,
why
and
is war
stripping children of innocence kind of theme.
yeah, and it's like, why do fireflies have to die so soon, and it's just, oh my gosh, I started just when she said that, I started crying because you think about everybody you love that died,
Mm-hmm.
and then she dies. Spoilers. I'm so sorry, but then she dies at the end of the movie. I just can't like.
Toward the end of the movie, yeah, it's extremely heartbreaking. And then the montage of her outside their little shelter, but like all the things, so like the swing's broken, and then it goes to her swinging, and
Oh,
like the grave's like completely trampled, and it goes to her making the grave and playing and doing all these things. And yeah, it's extremely sad. And then it cuts to him like burying her, which is like, and then burning her, which is like so sad when he's puts her in there. And I like could not imagine like this young boy
yeah,
burying your
15.
little sister,
And after
and
your
he's
mom died.
yeah doing all this different stuff. Um, and when he's like putting the thing on top, and he pauses and just looks at her for like 15 seconds, so sad.
Yeah,
And then he goes and he finds out that they surrendered, and so it was all for nothing.
yeah,
He lost everything for nothing.
yeah.
So heartbreaking.
It's so good. Oh gosh, yeah. I don't have much else to say. It's an amazing movie. It's one of the
Oh
best
yeah,
animated movies I've seen. So.
facts.
We were gonna talk about Secret Invasion, episode 1, but Micah.
Well, I forgot to watch it, and then it was like 40 minutes before we were going to record,
Yeah,
or like 35 minutes, and I was like, thought I could still watch it. It's 55 minutes long.
yeah, it was long. I'll just say we'll talk about it next week with episode 2, but it's good. I liked it a lot. But the big controversy is about the intro. Have you seen that?
No.
So the intro is completely AI generated. Like completely. And like I think it's on purpose because of scrolls and like masking could be, but people are like very upset.
Yeah.
Which
Interesting.
I get.
That would make sense. Yeah.
I think it's a poor decision in my opinion. Whether they're trying to do it for creative purposes of like because it's hiding in plain sight, it's a scroll, it's like not actually human. It's pretty bad. Um. So anyway, movie of the week. We have Elemental, Pixar's newest. Essentially, this is a movie about elements personified, and it's mainly about a fire person, a fire girl, and a water boy, shark boy, and lava girl. And it's we'll talk about it, but it's basically this girl who's they're trying to save like her fire town. They're trying to deal with not being able to be together, and she's trying to not take over her father's store and
And not let him down.
not let him down. Which is my biggest problem with the entire movie is they try to do way too much in one movie.
Yeah. I
Um,
would say, yeah, that's probably the only thing. But
um,
I thought it was great though.
I
That
thought it
was
was
great.
good. That here, I don't know if this is an interesting take. I feel like this is an interesting take. The movie I really enjoyed. I think we both gave it 4 stars. Um,
Yeah, I think so. Four. I
which
think
is
it was
like
four
good.
stars.
It's a good movie. But it was a good animated movie, but didn't feel like a good Pixar movie. It
Yeah, that's
still felt very lack of the Pixar spark. I don't know. The movie I still thought was good, but
it is true.
um,
But yeah, I mean, I think it was really well done though. I
yeah,
think that their attention to detail on the city and the elements and how they function and work
so
together
good.
and all that was extremely good.
The way
Like the
they
things,
cried was so funny.
well, yeah, that kind of stuff was and was completely subtle too, also because I went and saw it with mom and Elijah, obviously, and
Yeah,
so when we got out, we were talking about it. I was like, "It's really good," blah blah blah, and then we were talking about like, it's like this is like one of the first time I really actually cared about the characters.
yeah.
Like, I actually wanted them to be together at the end, and it was, like, actually
Well,
there was
it's like,
stakes actually made.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then she was, like, talking about how she didn't care for, the fire girl or whatever, and she was like yeah, she was just annoying, though, because she was just always so stupid and mad all the time. I'm like, "Yeah, but that's because the elements are representative of their, elemental culture." So the fire people they're always hot, strict, stern, angry, that kind of thing. Just like the water people are always sappy, crying, wishy washy, all
Yeah,
those different things.
mm-hmm.
And and then uh, like the air people or whatever, and earth people, do the same thing, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like kind of representative of their
Yeah,
element and how that kind of matches personality.
right.
And
Yeah,
that
I
went
mean,
like totally overhead, and
but
but it was well done.
the thing is like they did a terrible job marketing this movie. This was a rom com.
Yeah,
Like, why would you not market this movie as this kind of? It's obviously like cultural difference, kind of let your father down, coming of age rom com. Like that's what it was. It was like all these really cool elements smushed together, which I thought was too much, but I still liked it a lot.
yeah, it was too much, but it was definitely really good. I think that the only reason is because I think that they don't market genres. The genre is Pixar,
Which is dumb.
so it's like they just don't really market for a type of movie, even though every single Pixar movie is, obviously every movie made is a genre of movie,
Yeah,
but they just claim all
animation.
Pixar
And they
and
think
Disney
animation is a
as
genre.
yeah, as animated Pixar Disney movie. Like that's like their genre.
Like animation's not a genre; it's a medium. Like
Yeah.
Grave of the Fireflies is a war movie.
Yes.
Like Spirited Away is an adventure movie.
Hmm.
Like the the genre can't be the style of which the film is shot. Like you don't take a black and white film and be like the genre is black and white. No, that makes
Yes.
no
Correct.
sense.
Correct.
Yeah. So, um, but I liked what did so obviously there's the introduction of the first trans non-binary character I think and there's like or gay or something. Did Elijah notice was did that turn mom off in any way? It was
No,
quick.
mom still liked it,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's
So
good.
she didn't say anything about it
That's
except
good.
for before the movie.
Right.
Um, and I think it was very unnoticeable.
It was
Uh,
yeah,
the only
very.
thing was like the only way to really notice it was the language. Was like because she said, he said, "This is my, sister, and this is her
Girlfriend.
girlfriend." So it's like if you pair, her and girlfriend, there you go. But for most kids, it's gonna be like, "This is my sister." By the time he gets to girlfriend, they forgot that it was even the sister.
Because it also doesn't look like a sister. It's a water
No,
person that looks pretty
it's got like short hair and
gender
yeah,
neutral almost.
yeah, definitely. So it's definitely dismissible.
Yeah, I agree.
Still unnecessary, but
It's okay.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't
Yeah,
think it was a huge deal though, and he definitely didn't notice it. So,
yeah, makes sense. Did he
which was
like
good.
it?
He liked it. Yeah.
Makes sense. It's very enjoyable. The other issue I think I have is I just don't like, and I'm gonna like eat my words by saying this because I'm sure there's tons of movies that like there is no real villain, but like there's no villain. Like there's no like their stakes were like the adding of the water thing was like boring because it was like this is interesting just because they can't be together and she just wants to do something other than run her dad's shop. Like that's
Yeah.
interesting. Like why do we have to have this water dam thing be the I don't know. But
No, no, yeah, it's definitely that's true. No, um, I think that they do excel when they have villains and things in movies.
yeah, if it's that type of thing, obviously. Like there's like what's it um like Inside Out doesn't have like a true villain, you know.
No, correct.
But it also doesn't try to add in a villain where it doesn't
Yes,
need to.
exactly.
Yeah. But um
But yeah,
it's good. I mean, I'd put it right around like Onward area, like the
I
15,
think
15.
Mom and I talked about this a lot. I think Onward's better,
I
but
think Onward's better
I don't know that it's necessarily. I mean, I think that's personal bias. I think it is slightly better objectively,
too.
but I think it's also personal bias because I'm just a lot more into something that you're like. This has mythological creatures and wizards, and it's voiced by Chris Pratt and Tom Holland,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I'm just drawn more to that kind of theme than Elemental, just because
Yeah.
I think stuff like that's cool. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings, so you're gonna say, you know, wizards, I'm gonna be like, cool.
Yeah, like I think it's better than Cars 2, Good Dinosaur, Dory, Lightyear, Turning Red, Brave, Incredibles 2, Cars 3, Monsters University, maybe A Bug's Life, Toy Story 4, maybe Luca, but
Yeah, and I said it was right around Luca too, but then the same. I think it's probably better than Luca, but uh,
worse than
yeah,
Onward.
it's yeah, but worse than Onward. But it's like the
On-
same thing too. It's like Luca. I was like, wow, I mean, it's really cool. It's like sea monsters, and
Mhm.
it's like really fun concept. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, and I think that it was the comedy in Elemental was really good.
it was funny. I laughed.
I
I
think
laughed a
every
lot.
single joke hit, and
Yeah, it was
it
funny.
was really enjoyable.
Yeah, it was
I think
good.
I'll watch it again, which is not something I can say for a lot of movies, a lot of Pixar movies recently. Like I've
Recently,
seen Luca. I think Luca's worse because I
I've
think that I'm
seen
more
Luca
likely to
once.
rewatch Elemental than Luca.
Yeah, it's a more
But I've
interesting
watched
story.
Onward like 5 to 10 times
Yeah, Onward's fantastic.
because it's rewatchable, but I think this one is one of the more rewatchable ones
Yeah,
recently.
I would agree. It's a good
It's not
movie.
a one and done. I'm not gonna ditch it.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, go watch it, guys.
All right.
I mean, it's definitely worth going to see.
Yeah, it's the worst opening for um Pixar
Yeah,
ever. Oof. But oh, and you need to go watch Asteroid City this weekend and The Flash.
and the Flash. All right, well, thanks, peeps, for listening in. It's actually it was a good episode.
Yeah,
Uh,
good time.
successful top five. Very successful, fun segment, and we actually had a lot of movie stuff to talk about.
We did.
So thank you guys for listening in all the way through. And life stuff, get out.